Hello everybody, it's Annie here. I thought I'd do a little video for you. So if you're missing your yoga, like I'm missing you all, you might like to practice this at home. So I hope you're all staying well and healthy. And so we're going to begin by just finding a comfortable lying down position, maybe resting your head on a blanket or a cushion. We're bringing the soles of the feet together, knees apart, and just bringing the arms out on a slight angle, palms facing up, tucking the chin into the chest, and just drawing the belly back towards the spine and connecting with your breath. So just taking a nice deep breath in through the nostrils and then releasing out through the open mouth. Inhale, feeling the chest and belly rise, holding that breath for a few moments. Releasing out and making the extension of the exhale nice and long, so we're really emptying out the lungs. Taking one more deep breath here, holding that breath for a count of 3, 2, 3, and then releasing out. And then just bringing your breath back to its normal rhythm. And just taking a moment to bring your focus to the midline of the body. So we're bringing everything into balance here. Softening the body, releasing any tension. From here, we're going to slowly bring the knees together. Bringing them into the chest, holding one knee in each hand. Squeezing in. As we inhale, we stretch the arms, so we're pushing the knees away. Exhale, squeezing in. Inhale, stretching out, keeping that chin tucked into the chest. Squeezing in. Inhale. Taking the knees out one more time and then widening the knees and then bringing them in towards the armpits. So we're opening up the hip and the groin here. Taking 2 breaths here. Bringing the knees back together and then bringing the feet back to the mat with the knees bent, keeping that chin tucked into the chest. We're going to bring that right knee into the chest, extend that left leg down to the floor, pointing the toes back towards you so the legs are engaged and they're connecting with the mat. Squeezing that right knee into the chest and then taking the right hand on that right knee, bringing the left hand out to the side, palms facing up, opening up that right knee out towards the right. Feeling that stretch in the groin. Coming back to center and then swapping hands, bringing the left hand over that right knee. Easing that leg over towards the left. Feeling that stretch in the glute. Coming back to center, and then from here we're going to take hold of the ankle, stretch that leg up. Now if that's too strong and that's difficult for you to do, just keep a little bend in that leg. Otherwise, straightening that leg and feeling that stretch all the way down. Bringing the toes towards your face, breathing into that stretch. Releasing the hands and then pointing the toes up towards the sky, bringing that leg over towards the left, Drawing the belly back, feeling that stretch. Taking 2 breaths here. And bending that knee, slowly coming back, releasing that foot to the mat. And then bringing that left knee into the chest, squeezing it in. Stretching that right leg down to the floor, squeezing that left knee into the chest. Taking that right hand over that left knee, bring that left hand out to the side, easing that leg over towards the right, feeling that stretch in that left glute, softening into that stretch. Coming back to center, and then swapping hands, bringing that left hand onto that left knee, opening up the hip and the groin here. Back to center, and then from here we're going to straighten that leg, stretching it up, feeling that stretch right down the back of the leg. And release. Bringing both feet to the mat with the knees bent and just bringing those ankles back a little bit closer towards the buttocks. We're going to bring the arms in close to the body, pressing the elbows in, tucking the chin into the chest. We'll come up into our bridge pose. So pressing the palms into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, tilting the pelvis forward, lifting the buttocks up, and then as you lift the buttocks up, bring the arms behind, stretching them behind, feeling that stretch in the quad muscles of the legs, and gently lowering down vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing the arms down by your side. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, tilting the pelvis forward. Inhale the arms up as we lift the buttocks up, stretching the arms overhead, feeling that stretch in the quads. And slowly releasing down, bringing the arms down by your side. And then from here, we're going to drop the knees over to the left and come up to a comfortable seated position. So just finding a comfortable seated position, drawing the lengthening up through the spine. We bring the hands out to the side, half lift so we've got a nice straight spine. Inhale the arms up, lengthening up through the fingers. Exhale, stretching down, really opening up the arms. Imagining you've got a big ball that you're trying to bring your hands around. Stretching up, exhale, releasing down. Inhaling up. This time we're going to bring the arms behind. I'll just move around here. So we inhale the arms up, bring the arms behind, clasp the hands together, roll the shoulders back and into their sockets, dropping the head forward. Feel that stretch. Releasing the shoulder blades down the back. Drawing your gaze down towards the floor. Inhale, releasing the arms out wide. And this time we're going to bring that right arm under the left, cross the palms, inhale up, coming into our eagle arms. So drawing the shoulders up and the arms up and away from the body. Feeling that stretch right across the shoulder girdle. And slowly releasing down, bring the arms out wide. And then this time we'll bring that left arm underneath and come into our eagle arms on the other side. So taking the arms up, breathing into that stretch. And slowly releasing down. So from here we're going to stretch the legs out in front. Coming into our Dandasana. So we stretch the legs out in front, drawing the toes back towards us, squeezing the belly back towards the spine. Inhaling the arms up, lengthening up through the fingertips. And then bringing the arms down. And from here, if you can, we take the 2 fingers and the thumb, wrap them around the big toes, and draw your gaze down to the knees. If that's not available to you, you can just bring your hands to the shins or wherever they land. It's perfectly fine. Inhale to lengthen. Feel that lengthening right up the spine. And then we push the elbows out, drawing our gaze down to the knees. Feeling that stretch, especially in the backs of the thighs and the backs of the calf muscles. Inhale, stretching up and release. So we shake it out and just twirling the feet around, making big circles. Trying to separate the toes and then going in the opposite direction. So from here we're going to bring that left leg out to the side, bend that right leg, press that right foot into that left thigh. Inhale the arms up and then bringing that left hand down to that left leg. Take that right arm up and stretch that arm over. Feel that stretch. You may like to put a block under that right knee just for a bit more support. So you can just place that left hand just near the ankle. Take that right arm up, stretching over. Breathing into that stretch. Inhale, coming up and releasing. Stretching the legs out. And we'll do that on the other side. Bringing that right leg out, bending that left leg, pressing it into that right thigh. And again, you might like to use the block under that left leg. And you can use a strap for the leg if you prefer. So you can bring a strap around the ball of that right foot, holding the strap either side. Inhale, lengthening up, drawing the chest up. Exhale, bringing your gaze down to that right knee. Breathing into that stretch. And gently release. Stretching out the legs. So from here we're going to come over into our tabletop position. So we have our knees about hip width apart, fingers spread nice and wide. So lengthening up through the chest, spreading the fingers wide, pressing the thumb and the forefinger into the mat, and we'll come into our cat and cow. So we drop the belly down, inhale, lifting the chest up, pushing the buttocks up, Exhale, curling up, rounding up the shoulders. Coming into our angry cat. Inhale, lengthening through, lifting up the chest. Exhale, curling up. And then coming back to our neutral position. From here we're going to make shapes with the body. So we move the body around in a circular motion. We call this dancing the cat. So we just make circles, stretching out the body. And then going in the opposite direction. Coming back into our neutral position. From here we're going to take that right foot behind, stretch that right foot into the mat, keeping the chest lifted, and then we're going to take that foot over to the left, pressing the toes into the mat, or off the mat onto the ground, the floor, feeling that stretch. And release. Coming back to our neutral position. So from here we'll do the other side. So stretching that left foot behind, keeping the chest drawn up, taking that foot over to the right, pressing the toes into the floor, feeling that stretch. One more breath here, and gently release. So from here we're going to come into our balance. So coming back into our neutral position, we straighten that right leg out, bend that leg, dorsiflex that right foot, draw that leg up, and then straighten that leg, pressing the heel up towards the sky. So we're dorsiflexing that right foot, and then taking that left arm, stretching it out, breathing into that stretch. From here you might like to bend that back leg, sweep that left arm back, take hold of that foot, and open up that hip, drawing the chest up. And gently release. Just finding your neutral position, and we'll do that on the other side. So stretching that left foot behind, dorsiflex that left foot, lifting that leg up, coming back, straightening that right arm forward, bending that back leg, sweeping that arm back, taking hold of that foot, opening up that hip, taking 2 breaths here, and release. And from here we're going to come into our child's pose. So we bring the big toes together, knees apart, straighten out the arms, draw our forehead to the mat, and lowering the heart towards the mat. So we're melting the heart towards the mat. And resting here for 3 breaths. And then from here, we're going to come back to our neutral position, our tabletop, and bring our elbows down to the mat. Push the buttocks up, creep the fingers forward, drop our forehead to the mat, And feeling that stretch right across the shoulders. We're coming into our puppy stretch. Feeling that stretch right across the shoulder girdle. And then bringing the arms back, sliding those arms back, bringing the knees back a little bit, and then coming up into our plank on the elbow. So pushing the heels away, drawing the chest up, feeling that stretch. And then dropping the knees to the mat. Bringing the arms down by our side, coming into our child's pose. This time having the arms close by, dropping the forehead to the mat. And then from here, we're going to stretch the arms forward, keeping the knees together. We lift the body up, rolling forward, coming into our upward dog. So drawing the chest up. You might like to lift the knees off the mat, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, squeezing the bottom cheeks, drawing that chest up. And then exhale, dropping the knees to the mat, coming back, drawing our forehead down to the mat, feeling that nice stretch. We'll do that one more time. So we draw the belly back towards the spine, rolling forward, coming into our upward dog, drawing that chest up, and pressing the knees into the mat, coming back into our child's pose. So from here, we're going to come back into our tabletop, and we're going to untuck the toes, come up into our downward dog. So pedaling out the legs, walking the dog, taking 2 breaths in downward dog, and then we raise that right leg up, bend that knee, open up that hip, take your gaze to the hands, and then bringing that right knee to the right elbow, pushing back up, knee to elbow, pushing back up, and then stepping that right foot forward, dropping that left knee to the mat, coming up into our lunge, drawing up through the body, palms together, bringing that left elbow onto the right knee, coming into our twist. You might like to straighten that left leg for a more dynamic twist. And you can bring that left hand down to the little toe side of that right foot, placing that right hand on the right hip, and then maybe taking that right arm up to the sky, feeling that stretch. And releasing that arm down, dropping that left knee down, bringing that right knee back, coming back into our tabletop, untucking the toes, and we'll do that on the other side. So pedaling out the legs, raising that left leg up, bending that knee, opening up the hip, bringing that left knee to left elbow, pushing back up, knee to elbow, pushing back up, and then looking towards the hands, stepping that left foot forward, dropping that right knee down, coming up into our lunge. Bringing the palms together, bringing that right elbow onto that left knee, and then if you like, straightening that right leg, coming into our twist. Bringing that hand, right hand down to the little toe side of that left foot, placing that left hand on the hip, or you can take it up to the ceiling, feeling that stretch. Bringing that left hand down, dropping that right knee, bringing that left knee back, coming back to our neutral position, untucking the toes, coming back into our downward dog, taking a breath here, and then from here we're going to walk the feet towards the hands, half lift on the fingertips, nice flat back, folding forward, and then crossing the elbows, coming into our Uttanasana, pushing the buttocks up, feeling that stretch as we lengthen out the spine. You can flop forward like a rag doll, releasing the hands, slowly rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae, giving the shoulders a bit of a roll, shaking those legs. From here we're going to come up to the top of the mat, stepping that left foot back, keeping the toes on the mat and coming up into our crescent lunge. So bending that front knee, drawing the chest up, and then from here dropping that left arm behind, just adjusting that back foot slightly, bending that front knee, coming into our warrior two, Virabhadrasana, strong warriors. From here we bring that elbow down to rest on that right knee, take that top arm up, really grounding that back leg, slightly rotating the chest to the ceiling. Inhale, coming back to our warrior. From here we turn that palm, wrap that left arm around the waist and scoop that arm up, bringing it back, finding our peaceful warrior. Inhale, coming back to our warrior, and then from here we straighten that front leg, hinge forward at the hips, bring that hand down, take that top arm up, finding our Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, back to our warrior. And then from here we windmill the arms either side of that right foot, drop that left knee down, coming back into our lunge, and then from here just resting both hands on that right knee, drawing the chest up, and releasing the hands, bringing that right knee back, coming back into our downward dog, and then stepping the left foot forward, coming up into our crescent lunge on the right side. Right foot presses into the mat, and then we bring the arms over, coming into our warrior two. Put my back to you. So from here, we bring that elbow down, take that top arm up, bring it over, Coming into our supported side angle pose. Scooping that arm down. Coming back to our warrior two. From here we turn that palm, wrap that right arm around the waist, scoop that arm up. Inhale, back to our warrior. And then from here we straighten that front leg, hinge forward at the hips, bring that hand down, take that top arm up, finding our Trikonasana, our triangle pose. Inhale the arms up, back to our warrior, and then from here we windmill the arms either side of that left foot, drop that right knee down, bring the arms up, and then place them on that left knee, drawing the chest up. Releasing the hands down, and then bringing that left knee back. Just having a stretch here, drawing the gaze down to the floor. And then from here, we're going to come down onto our mats. We might take a block if you have one. Just having the feet on the mat with the knees bent, and then sliding that block to sit on that flat part of the lower back. It should feel quite comfortable, like a cushion or a blanket under your head, and just have the palms facing up, connecting with your breath. We're beginning to slow down the practice now. So just bringing your focus within. And then keeping the block where it is, you're going to bring the knees towards the chest and then take the legs up, coming into our inversion. Pushing the heels up to the sky and then alternating with the toes, feeling that nice stretch in the legs. And then gently lowering down, bringing the feet back to the mat, lifting up the buttocks and releasing the block. Drawing the knees into the chest and having a little gentle rock from side to side. And then slightly widening the knees, taking hold of the balls of the feet and coming up into our happy baby. Just slightly rocking from side to side. Bring the knees together and then releasing the feet to the mat with the knees bent. Bring the arms out wide. Bring the knees into the chest and then taking both knees over to the right. Feeling that stretch down the left hand side. Bring the knees back to center and then over to the left. Coming back to center. One more on each side. Coming back to center. And then straightening out the legs. Bringing the arms down by your side. And just taking your Shavasana. So just bringing your focus within. allowing the body to completely let go, sinking into the mat, releasing any tension, softening and releasing. And then when you're ready, giving the fingers and the toes a little wriggle. Maybe stretch the arms up overhead, lengthening out through the body. Slowly bring the arms back down. And then rolling over to one side. Just taking a moment here. And then slowly coming up to a seated position. Bring the hands into the heart center. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. And thank you for joining me. Namaste.